Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 112. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I do hope you guys are doing better than yesterday. But recently, I am a bit under the weather. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I have a pretty blocked up nose. My mom is a bit sick as she works in childcare, so I'm not sure if she's bringing some diseases back home. However, usually I don't get sick, but I think because I'm in the cut pretty deep now, about 1.5 months, nothing crazy, I know, but it's still a cut. So I believe not eating enough food, losing weight rapidly actually, maybe cause my immune system to drop down a bit because normally I don't feel sick. And yesterday I had trouble sleeping. Well, that is mainly because I couldn't focus on my breath. Or I was focusing about my path, about the dealing days, about the good life. But eventually, that all comes down. Eventually, I realized that it is only the past. It is only a memory, but nothing to be emotionally attached to, nothing to take as serious. However, obviously, that led me to wake up many times during the night. It was weird. I normally don't wake up during the night unless I have bad insomnia or I had overtrained, but I have just taken a week off training, so I do hope that is not the case. I do look small in the mirror though, but that may just be my body's form, yeah. But that aside, guys, just to let you know, I am a bit sick, so yeah, don't mind me if I sneeze a lot because I know it's disgusting, but hey, that's just gonna be how it is, right? But I want to talk about something I guess pretty common that is a trap that many of us fall into on a day to day basis. And it is really not being careful enough with the harmless choices, with the harmless desires that come across our mind. Something innocuous, and we think it as such, so we act, not realizing that it is the small things that is the most deadliest, and yet we fall for them because, well, simply, what harm could there be? So be prudent with the little things, with the little thoughts you have. Have you realized that we often don't think about the real consequence when we reached out for our desires? We seem to never visualize and rationalize how our actions will result in. We only tend to think about what we could gain from it. Like it always began with this seemingly incurious thought, mostly thoughts about a craving, thoughts about instant gratification, thoughts about laziness. Like, how many times have we said yes to fast food when driving back home from work? How many times have we said yes to Netflix when we came back after a long day? After a long day and we just want to relax. And how many times have we just said, I will just leave it for tomorrow because there's plenty of time. But today, I want to enjoy my bucket of chicken, my KFC bucket of chicken while watching an episode on Netflix. I just want to, enjoy today and leave the important things for tomorrow because, guys, come on. I have a lot of time to live, right? How many times have we said this to ourselves? And how many of us are guilty? I could say at some stage in our life, we had all faced this, unless you have very strict parents and you're just very strict. But then that leads to much, much worse cases. Rebellious kids, drugs, alcohol. Don't even get me started. Such insignificant choices, though. But it's the innocuous thought that are the most dangerous. And we don't realize that because they seem just so harmless. Like, what can one piece of chicken do to us if we're so hungry? What can one episode of our favorite TV show do to us if we had done work the whole day? It just seems so innocuous, but yet they are so dangerous because we always tend to overlook it. Have you wondered if we started from now, just today, if we start now, to foresee our desire and where it leads to, then maybe we would say no to majority of the things of our desires because the consequence will be too significant that it will literally scare you. Yes, have you realized that if we actually look at the extremes of what it may happen, maybe we will say no. I mean, this is why a lot of people, a lot of the government put up before and after pictures of drug users. And that is the most reason why many people simply just don't do drugs. They are scared to end up looking like that. They are scared because that is the extreme, that is the consequence, and that is the picture the world, society had imprinted in everyone's mind as to doing this and what that may lead to. Of course, they never talk about how good it feels and why people do it. And I'm sure if advertisers, business owners don't advertise how good their food is, how relaxing Netflix can be, and advertise all the bad bits, and I'm sure most people will say no to it. But because we have a craving, because we have a desire, and because the first step it takes to go at the drive-through, the first step it takes to open up the Netflix browser is so innocuous that we don't really take the effort to rationalize, to visualize what the actual consequence may be. If we had instead viewed fast food as a solution for our hunger and we see our obese self in our mind, then maybe we would skip the drive through. Instead of viewing spending a few hours each day on TV and we see our relationships falling apart, our loved ones, our family fading before our eyes, and perhaps we will skip the episode and spend some time with them. Instead of viewing our laziness as a reason to put things onto tomorrow and we see ourselves homeless, losing our career, our house, everything we possessed, then maybe we would value every day to the utmost. Of course, these are the extremes of the total poem. Of course, watching Netflix one day may not leave you to lose your family. If you put things aside for one day, may not lead you to homelessness. But it is the small things compounded every single day that leads to a drastic result. It may not be 1 month, it may not be 1 year, but if we incessantly make the small, innocuous choices, the bad ones, then with time, the consequence will start to show. The wear, the toll will start to show. And by then, it already took root in ourselves. The habit is more than consolidated in our daily routine. So it is very, very dangerous. But it's because we view things in the moment that's presented to us, forms our bad judgment of our future. It is because we view things in the moment that forms our bad judgment of the future. Remember, as trifling as your desire may be, it usually never ends there. It usually never ends there. We never just grab chicken and just eat chicken and do nothing. We never just watch one episode and be like, yeah, it was a very good episode. The climax is coming, but I gotta stick to one episode a day. It never works like that, guys. One bad choice leads to another. One bad choice simply leads to another. I'm sure you guys read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is called in the book habit stacking. Of course, this could work both ways, positive and negative. Now, this is pretty much a negative habit stack. Buy a chicken, set up a table, open the TV, watch some episodes, watch some seasons, feel a bit thirsty, freak water, let me get some pop, drink some cola, Diet Coke, whatever, I already ate so much food, let's just drink full sugar. I don't want to go to the gym, I'm a bit too bloated, so let's just watch more Netflix. Let's get on the beer because it's late, it's a Friday, let's get relaxed. It's pretty late, let's go clubbing. Every single bad choice leads to another because it is so much easier to self-sabotage when you already took the innocuous choice of self-sabotaging. And you see, you ending up at the nightclub drunk, bloated, fat, feeling like a waste man didn't happen just like that. It happened with the simple choice of you accepting your hunger and desire and looking for the solution of fast food instead of foreseeing what that may lead to, instead of seeing where that may end you. But because our desire wanted something, and because you thought of it as a harmless solution, it is then why you picked it. But if we decided to foresee this, if we decided to see the extremes of where this may lead us to, then perhaps we never would have took the first step. One bad habit doesn't just end there. It will continue on until the end of the day. And by then, you'll feel like an absolute worthless piece of shit. You'll regret your actions. You'll hate yourself that day. And that just brings more negativity to you. So, what would you think your mindset, your mental health will be, your self image will be at the end of the day? You feel like an absolute loser. And that will take an effect on how you perform tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow until you break out of that loop. But most likely, when you make a bad choice, it is almost very difficult to get back out of it and start a positive one because you build too much friction, you build too much resistance to change course. Not saying it's impossible, not saying it's impossible to break out of that loop, but you must have a damn strong reason to. If your reason is weak, if you have no reason to become better, to do something positive after living a shit day, after living a shit day with bad choices, if your reason isn't there, then you're more than likely to continue and make and self sabotage your life. Because people who discern the consequence won't give in to the desire in the beginning. People who adore it with their choice, with their lifestyle, with their routine, simply won't give in to their desire and pick a bad habit, pick a quick fix solution that are incurious on the surface, obnoxious on the surface, but yet are the deadliest of them all because they are so trifling, but because it is simply the beginning of a bad life. So it is totally possible to bounce back after you dig yourself a very big hole. But just be wary. Just be wary to just not ever fall for this trap. And there will be times where we fall for it because, we all want to take a break. And obviously, I have many times. But what I had realized for myself over this past time is when I start making a bad choice, I go into it at least consciously. I rationalize every single consequence or most consequence of what it could happen, where I would end. And sure, I may still do it, even though I see the extreme end. But at least then, I won't be surprised. I won't be caught off guard when the unfortunate happens to me. Because I realized that it was stupid to make such choice. But by not being surprised, I won't view myself as a failure. I won't be disappointed with myself. Sure, it's a shame that I took a step back from my goals, but by staying firm with your self-worth, by staying firm with your self-confidence, will not hurt you any worse than what the bad habit already did to you. But guys, this has been my Tuesday. I had an absolute amazing day. Although today I started the day off pretty slow, went to the gym tonight, which is something unusual. But I still managed to do my outreach, made the video, read pretty much everything I said I was going to do. So in my eyes, today has been a tremendous victory. And I do hope you guys had won the day because the week's still young. But like always, every single day should be treated like every day. And I do hope you guys found today's video valuable. But if not, like always, I will be here for you guys tomorrow. So, till then, I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.